What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Gambling Lab brought to you by Bogey Proof. We got the full staff on tonight, and it's a good thing that we do because it's Waste Management Open Week, star-studded field, electric event, a lot of energy, big names coming back from, weeks off, whether it was Pebble or over on the Euro Tour, doing whatever the hell they're doing. But we got 90%, I'd say, of the big players this week, and we're ready to roll with the Waste Management. TJ, kick us off with the weather report.
Boys, anytime you see 0% chance of rain on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know what that means. It's going to be tack the pins, low scores across all 4 days. So,
Let's
um,
get it.
and we're talking 81 degrees, pretty much right
The
there
same weather every
That's
day.
every single
That's
day.
pristine.
Wind, I don't think wind's really too impactful
No.
here,
Clouds
especially
They
don't
have too many
exist.
grandstands.
No.
actually a
Blocks
big
all the
part.
wind.
I'm not sure what the capacity is. Are they full capacity?
Yeah.
If they
think
are,
so.
I mean, there's a lot of different
Yeah.
stands that are up there, so it's gonna a
Grandstand
lot of
and
them should be
shit.
blocked anyway,
20,000
so,
people on that 6.
I mean, we're talking 7 mile per hour, maybe top gust, so
Yeah,
nothing that's gonna impact these guys.
pin the ears back and let's go get it.
Yep,
Yeah,
absolutely.
seriously.
And with this type of field, this is what we want to see, right? Like, we
Altitude
want to see guys
offsets
shoot
any
well.
weather either.
Absolutely. And just before we get into, our usual DraftKings and, bank account plays and all that fun stuff, this course just produces like electric golf. I mean, Jordan last year shot 61 on Saturday and like the golf world was buzzing. It always leads to like eagles, chip-ins, like electric finishes on that like obviously the par 3 like stadium hole, and then that short drivable par 4 after that. Like just a really awesome golf course that like it doesn't have the views of a Pebble, but like the play, like it's like eagles, doubles, birdies, there's water everywhere, electric stuff to watch on TV this week. So highly recommend you get yourself in front of the TV Friday, Saturday until, and watch it as your pregame to the Super Bowl too on Sunday. It's gonna always produces a pretty exciting back nine come Sunday at the Waste Management for sure.
Definitely.
But without further ado, gentlemen, DraftKings lineups, daily fantasy, the Daily Fantasy Cup. We are back for week 2. This is why we do a 15-week season. We skip over the trash at Pebble and we get a week like this. This is why we do 15 weeks. With that being said, what do we see for pricing in the early release this Monday evening?
Dude, field's loaded. Shout out to Murph winning the DFC week 1. I'm coming in second. Let's go, baby. Gambling Lab is
Gambling
hot.
Lab.
DFC.
Gambling Lab's taking it over.
We fucking love to see that, Paulie. Paulie's lineup was unbelievable.
Luke
and
List.
we had
Luke List.
and
Did he-
Zalatoris. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Also-
Willie Z, that's right. Yeah,
Didn't they have a
Willie
miscut
Z
in there
and
too?
List.
he had a
yeah.
couple
Wow.
miscuts too.
I
yeah.
think it was just Sam Burns. I think who missed.
That's right. That's it. You had like a
Well, I mean,
higher owned or
racking up like
higher
500
owned guy
points or
and
whatever it was
higher
with
salary guy. So,
yeah, racking up all those points with a miscut. I thought that was pretty
Yeah.
impressive personally.
but
So let's run it the fuck back.
Not a big
Huh?
deal.
this week, obviously, guys to keep an eye on, right? Hideki won twice here. I mean, he's going to be high owned in anything that you do, whether it's DFC or tournament on some of the big rigs there. I don't know. I like guys like Scotty Scheffler. Not the top tier guys, but like I might do a 9,000 to 7,000 play, nothing high, nothing low, and just do kind of middle tiered guys across the board. I think that's my strategy this week, but I'm going to find some hidden gems down here in a sec, but I'll let you guys continue.
Yeah, some of the salaries are definitely beefed up pretty high. I mean, we got 5 guys over 10K. I think, there's a lot of value kind of just outside that 10K range. So, I mean, you're looking at Jordan Spieth under 10,000, been one of the hottest golfers on the planet for the last 2 weeks. Easy course that he has good success at. Definitely a good person to look at. I like Xander more, I think. Xander's definitely going to be one of my plays that we talk about later that we always finish with. He's definitely in that
Mhm.
target area. We're hoping for a lot more than top 20 out of Xander, but either way, definitely love Xander this week, and got to dig for some value down below so you can load it up top, or you can kind of go balanced here. So what makes these weeks fun with these loaded lineups. You can do like all guys that are 8,500 to 9,000 and probably have a pretty good chance to win. So a lot of options.
Yeah, I think this golf course just like there's nothing crazy about it one way or the other. Like it's got just water and kind of funky holes versus like a Torrey or a Pebble where it's like you got to bomb it or you got to hit a bunch of fairways or you got to just flush your irons all over the place. Like there's a few different ways to get it done here. And when you look at like past winners, like that kind of proves out. Like you got from Brooks Koepka to Ricky Fowler to Hideki, like you just like there's no consistent style of play there. There's no theme. So it's like you just got to find guys that are playing well and, really manage their game well. And that screams like Xander Schauffele to me too. I love him this week. And like you said, he's just like, obviously you love guys like John Rahm and Hovland and Cantlay and guys like that. Like that's a no brainer. But like you said, they're just so expensive this week. You're really going to make your money in that, like, 9,500 to 7,500 range. Like you're going to get guys there that are going to be in the top 20, top 10. And that's how you're going to kind of separate, because John Rahm's going to be 30 whatever percent owned. He's not going to be worse than 5th this week. That's just what it is. That's how he plays golf now. So
no, it definitely won't be worse than 8th. It's literally impossible. I think so. Yeah, that's why you're not going to find any good odds or anything either. But got to dig for value too. There's definitely some guys at the bottom that, if you've been paying attention to the year, you'll see some guys like TJ was mentioned before we started. Kevin Streelman's like 9,300 one week and then 7,400 the next. So you start to see guys with some insane price fluctuations just based on tournament strength. So our boy Luke List down there at 7,700. Paulie, I mean, he could probably do good again. This, is another course that should fit his style, and like I don't see why he couldn't have a good follow-up week.
Guy like Brendan Todd made the cut last week. Chez Reavie, like it's such a short course. Like guys like that you don't, the driver is not going to be like as much of a disadvantage as long as you're hitting fairways with it this week. Like the length isn't as much of a factor. Pick up a couple guys like that under 7,000 if you're going to go out and get a John Rahm for almost 12 grand, right? Like you got to balance it somehow. And there's like Matt Jones, Francesco Molinari, like low key decent last few months he's been putting together. He could easily go out there and snag a top 20 for you this week, and he's only 7 grand. So, like you said, you're either going to live in that 7,000 to 9,500, or you got to go high and low, and it's out there. It's just you got to tread carefully.
Yeah, like I think driving accuracy and approaches is like the biggest thing this week. Just finding a fairway and giving yourself looks to make birdie and eagles, like we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, kind of rogue, but guys like Chez Reavie, Kyle Stanley, Abe Answer, I think those 3 guys will actually play pretty well. Emiliano, is Grillo back in the field?
Grillo,
yes,
it might be a Grillo
week.
How low is he?
67,
like
unbelievable. Might as well be free. Run it
Corey
up.
Connors too. That guy.
Yeah. God,
just
he's
it's one of those places like if you miss fairways, it's desert, right? So like it could get dark fast when you're missing fairways, like cactuses, fucking bushes, like weird shit. There's not a lot of rough.
Fairways are so big though, and it rolls forever. Like it's
exactly.
I don't know.
Keep it in front of you and go get them.
Yeah.
So
you're looking at ball strikers for sure.
Ball strikers, and a guy who I have my eye on since the beginning, Cam Davis, just leads the tour in strokes gained off the tee, I think, or driving close to driving distance. He's done really well. He's too low for me to not pick him.
7,200 is a good price on him.
That's a good price for him. I like Streelman at 71, and then another guy who I always keep tabs of. I don't always pick him, but when he's the right price, I do. He's kind of like that Lanto guy, Carlos Ortiz.
You love Ortiz.
I do, but I respectively pick him when he's down. I don't. If he's like 76 or higher, I start to question it a little bit. He's got to be on a real heater. But this is the type of tournament I've seen him. Like, I mean, I saw him at Rocket Mortgage and just rip the course apart like that. That was relatively easy and short. So, Carlos can do that here, I think.
One last kind of value pick here, and then we can get into some other plays. But Joel Damon being 7,400 after a T16 at Pebble and making the cut at Torrey, like, we're now going to courses that make sense for him versus like those ballparks he has no business contending in.
He had no business at Pebble,
right? Like, and he put together halfway decent weeks. I think he was T6 or T11 or something like that at Pebble this week. Like,
Start to ride the
You
guys
get him
that are
now
hot.
at a place where, like, I mean, he's a people's guy too. He's got that personality. He'll thrive with the fans out there and shit. Like,
He's
him being the same price as Kucher, who's a disaster right now, or Kisner, who missed the cut by $1 million last
Kucher
week. Like,
sucks, dude.
for him being the same price as some of those guys is like that kind of stands out to me. I don't know which way the misprice is going there, but he's either really cheap or those guys are way too expensive. He stands out in that like 7,400
So
to 70.
if you go up, just go up one. So one of my favorite value play of the week, go up $100. My boy
Putnam?
Keith Mitchell.
Oh,
Keith
Mitchell.
Hits it a mile. Another guy hits it a mile. Paul, that same kind of loop-less strategy. That guy just wallops a golf ball, and like he's definitely a good player and like a good ball striker, and coming off a T12 at Pebble. So once again, missed the cut at the Farmers, so that's okay. Like ripped up in Hawaii, been doing pretty good. T7 in Hawaii. So overall, good year, cheap. Has made a bunch of runs last year, if I'm not mistaken. Made a bunch of runs, so he seems to always be around. Like he's just that guy when you're waiting for the top two guys to like walk to their ball, they're always showing Keith Mitchell, and he's like 14 under. He's like four back. He's like four back in like sixth place, but they're always showing Keith Mitchell like hitting a bird, making a birdie. Like he's never winning. He's not winning, but like a good value. Good strong value that can get you up to guys like Cantlay. Because I mean, are we not gonna have exposure to Cantlay? Like he's just surgical out there, man.
He's
like
he was struggling at the end of this past tournament. He was a little shaky, which I
played like shit and came in fourth.
Oh, well, he shot it bad. It was one round, right? You can't harm him on one bad round. So
he's like his last 9 tournaments or something stupid like that. Like Justin Ray tweeted today, maybe last 5 tournaments and last whatever certain amount of rounds, he's birdied like 35% of the holes he's played, which is over 1 every 3 holes. Like
it's rude.
Like that's after playing Pebble and Torrey, which I know they play other courses with those tournaments, and but I mean Torrey South just had a U.S. Open 8 months ago, and now all of a sudden he's birdieing every 3 holes out there. Like he's on a different level right now, and it goes back to last year, obviously too, with the way he finished that season and played in the Ryder Cup, but. Like you said, you got to have something on.
Here's the thing, though, Fontaine. If you could probably speak to this, and Paul, you as well. But sometimes I forgot who I heard saying this on one of the broadcasts. Guys like Cantlay are like very, like he's a pinpoint guy, like super accurate, great short game, stuff like that. You think it affects guys like him when you like go to a bigger ballpark? You don't got to be as accurate. You're just going out there wailing it a little bit, like. Does their approach come off? Like, do they get a little lazy with that approach?
Yeah,
you know what I'm kind of talking
you're
about?
You're saying when it gets easier, he like focuses a little less, kind of like gets comfortable.
When they're at like fucking like Pebble Beach is very difficult and narrow.
Yeah,
and it's like okay, I mean they don't make it look difficult, but like still, it's I feel like you're going to be focusing way more at Pebble Beach than you are at TPC Scottsdale. Like so
I think
my thought.
There's certainly an aspect to that. Like definitely, I've definitely done that, right? Like going to play like Blue Fox Run and I'm out there like making double bogeys still sometimes. It's like that course is like 4,500 yards. Like I shouldn't make any worse than a par out there, but it and it probably does apply to certain guys out there. Like the Jays and the Rorys of the world that are just so talented and may not be like, they've always won because of like how talented and how much work they put in ahead of time. And like, they pick their places with their mental game, and like then when they do get it going, it's like watch out. But like a guy like Cantlay, like he is surgical and like stoic out there to the point of like he takes no shots off. Like he is so thorough in everything he does that like your point is valid. I just don't think Cantlay is the guy that applies to. Like could very easily see that happening with like a guy like Koepka, right? Like
there's Thomas.
There's guys out there that you've seen in the past, like it gets a little sketchy and then all of a sudden it's like, I'm out this week. Like check it out. Like Cantlay never checks out. So like he just shows like the way he plays, like what he does with his mental game, that I think he's going to be, he's 3 for 3 with in cuts this year with 3 top 10s. Like I expect that trend to continue. We'll put it that way.
Right. Yeah.
Paul, I feel like you always you get to a certain course and you pick Ricky Fowler. Is this the course you're picking Ricky at?
I mean, if you're gonna do it, there's no better course than here. There's one
No,
here
there's not.
before, and he was like
Yeah,
top
he
5
likes it
last
here.
year.
Yeah,
even though his
do well
team
here. I don't know.
I mean,
it's
I'm
just
not
we're
gonna
getting
play him
too
this week.
deep, man. It's too deep. Like you can go elsewhere at that price. I don't know. Like, why wouldn't you play Luke List for the same price or Maverick McNeely for 100 more at that price? Like, I don't know. At the price he's at, like, why is he proven to be more than Joel Damon? Like, why is he doing better than Joel Damon? No. I mean,
I
I
have a lot
think I'd
more
take
faith
Ty
in Max
Lee
Homa than him.
over Ricky Fowler at this point.
I have a lot more faith in Max Homa at that same price.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Ricky at the last, he was in like one of the featured groups at Torrey, and we'll wrap up the Ricky talk and then get into banking out plays. But like he shot like 4 or 5 under the first day at the North Course, then went out to the South Course and shot like 78. Like
It's still there.
he has no like. I
He's
think he's
Tim
just
Cup.
he
literally
he's
is
scratching and clawing so hard right now to get back to something that when he gets it going, he can roll with it. And then the second like a little adversity or he's like, he makes one bogey or one bad double, it seems like he can't get back to it because then he just, he doesn't have the confidence to shake that off and act like that was just dumb, whatever. I'm still the best player out here. Like, I mean, obviously I'm speaking for him here, so like take this as what you weigh. It's my opinion, but like I was watching him play that round in that feature group because he was playing with Jordan, and like he made a iffy bogey on a hole that was just like a sloppy up and down that he probably should have made. Then the next hole, 3 putts from like 6 feet, and then he starts hitting the driver all over the place. Like it just built on it so fast. Where like
snowballs real quick.
on the PGA Tour, like you have to like you're gonna make a bogey, like you have to make your bogey and then like roll with it, and like you need to bounce back if anything. Like you need to come back and make a birdie pretty quickly usually when you make one. And it seems like he's like so on the fence with his game and is like building that confidence back. They just doesn't have it yet. And it's like, fuck, a bogey. I don't know how I'm going to make up for that. And then you kind of press, and then all of a sudden it's counterintuitive. And next thing you know, you've gone 4 over in 7 holes and you're done, like, so that's like Ricky, like, if you're going to pick him this week, like this is the course to pick him at, but like, or if you want to pick him, this is the week to do it, like this course, but I'm not sold on him yet.
Why it's hard. You can pick anybody at this course. I mean, look at like, tell me Billy Horschel hasn't been playing pretty damn good golf all year, like under 8,000. The one that intrigues me the most, I'm looking at Harold Varner at 7,800. I know he just made a 700-foot eagle putt to win some some JUCO tournament or something, but like, why is he that expensive? Like, I don't even see him on TV. Like, dude,
yeah, I'm trying to find.
Seems a little aggressive. Our boy Taylor Gooch
because
at that same price too.
Short courses he usually does okay at. He kind of like he's a pretty straight driver of the ball, so it's just like he hits driver a lot more than a lot of other guys will knock it down and hit 3 irons or whatever, and he kind of plays decent with that because I feel like I've seen him poke around at things like the Rocket Mortgage Classic and like things that like tournaments of that course like similarity, we'll call it.
Yeah.
But and he's just coming off a win. I think that's why Bubba's like 9,000 or something ridiculous too. Like he was second to him this last week, so stuff like that. But I don't know. We got any other prices we need to discuss here? Or are we ready to get our bank account plays in?
Yeah, let's get it going. I think I don't know anything else. Is too crazy.
Try and bounce back from a 1-5 week at Pebble. I put that on the field. It's similar to Sony, right? Like we shouldn't have bet Sony either, but we did, or American Express, whatever it was.
We tried with Pebble. It's a shame because they fucked up that event. I mean,
yeah, they did. They ruined it.
Stupid. Yeah.
But
so
without further ado, we're back this week. We're gonna get above 500 this week. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
And who wants to start? And we'll go around the horn. Who's feeling confident?
TJ.
I got
let's go.
TJ.
Top 20. Louis Yu. Plus
Louis
200.
Yu. Okay.
And I'm going to go top 10 Hideki. Hideki is plus 160.
I like that. Okay. I love that Hideki play. I was thinking about a little sprinkle on him at some point this week in one way or another.
Yeah. I like doing one top 10 and one top 20, TJ. I think that's a good format.
I like that.
So I'm going to do the X-Man top 10 and Keith Mitchell top 20. Stamp them.
X-Man plus 200.
All right.
Stamp them, baby. Loving Keith this week. Loving him.
I like that.
I got Mito top 20.
Oh,
plus
you
600.
bastard. Fucking Mito. Very last week.
Yep.
God, he shot like 400 over on one day. I think. Like, it was
Yeah,
real
he may
bad.
have, but I think I'm back.
I think
And
I think
then
it's a good time to go back. I love it, Paul.
I get a couple of just lunch money plays here. Kyle
Love that.
Stanley, top 10, like 25 to 1. And then Keith Mitchell, 80 to 1 to win.
Sprinkle.
Wow.
Yep.
Let's
I
go.
love hearing 80 to 1.
Paul, let's take out a loan on Keith Mitchell. Top 5. What is he top 5? I mean, he's got to be pretty nasty top 5 in case he chokes and comes in second. You know, why not?
Top 5,
love
18 to 1.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see him. I got 18 to 1. Yeah, lock and load, baby. Let's do it. Oh yeah.
All right, I'll bring us home here. I'm gonna go Pat Perez, top 20.
Oh, love
plus
Pat
500.
Perez.
I think he's
I
off
like
back-to-back top 20s at a golf course. He has no, like I said, golf course he has no business pulling top 20s off at. Now you bring him to like his homeland, a place he's comfortable with, plus 500. I'll take that those odds all day long.
Love it.
And then
First
I'm also gonna go a little top 10 action. I love the top 10. I'm gonna go top 10. Fuck, I was gonna do Xander, but did you already do that one, or did you take him?
You got him
you
at
already
plus
did that
200.
one? All right, actually, you know what? We'll audible. We're gonna go top 5, John Rahm. I think that might be a 401k play. You might be able to get a little more aggressive.
He's there at plus
his last 40
140.
finishes are
Yeah,
T3
pull
or
the retirement account out. You got to eat the taxes. You got to eat them hard. But
take the withdrawal fees. You're gonna triple
it's
that.
It's gonna be worth it. Yeah.
Plus 140. It's worth it. That covers your
the mortgage.
Yeah, let's go.
Get the mortgage on it. Let's go.
Oh
That's
shit.
Awesome. God,
I love it.
I was gonna say is at least these plus odds top 5. God, plus 140.
Plus 140. Not very plus.
Could Vegas just make it like plus 200 and like spare us a little bit? Jesus Christ. Like, you know, it's one guy. He has to come one, top 5 out of like 100 guys.
100.
It's like, God forbid he plays bad one week. Like, at least give me
God
some
forbid
value.
he shoots even one day, you know?
Yeah, give me some damn value at least. Christ almighty. Unbelievable.
All righty. Well,
love
that,
it, though,
I think,
boys.
wraps it.
I don't think
Waste
we're missing
Management
one
would
of
be-
those.
No,
We're not
those ones
missing
feel
one.
really good. I like those.
Yeah, we're not
I'm
missing
excited.
a single one of those.
We're back.
I'm gonna parlay every single one of those, by the way.
Oh, that's a lunch
Every
money
one.
play if I've ever heard one.
Wow.
Every single one of them, I will be parlaying them. I can't
Hell
wait.
yeah. All right, gentlemen.
$5.
Well, enjoy the Waste Management and gamble responsibly. Let's go. Let's
DFC's
go
back,
get some money.
baby.
Yeah. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.